Yes, a movie I've been waiting years to get to. You know which one it is.
A Clint Eastwood, Lee Marvin shoot-'em-up western.
That's right, the movie that decades later made some Simpsons viewers go, whoa, that's a real movie? The 1969 epic, big-budget Western musical starring Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin originated as a 1951 stage musical from Lerner and Loewe. They did My Fair Lady, Brigadoon, Gigi, and Camelot. The story is of love triangles, polygamy, and horniness in Gold Rush set California. It's like Cannibal the Musical, minus the cannibalism. They got the right man to direct. Stage and film director Joshua Logan, who shared a Pulitzer for co-writing South Pacific, and also directing the film versions of both South Pacific and Camelot. It'll be interesting to see how this one holds up, as people and the press weren't exactly kind to it in '69, with the film being released when musicals started seeing a decline, plus word was spread about its overblown budget and running time, plus the delays in shooting. Over the years, the film is mainly brought up as a joke, but there will be no jokes here. We gotta watch the movie!
So prepare yourself for the bloody mayhem and unholy carnage of Joshua Logan's Paint Your Wagon!
Yes, this film is gonna be gold! The opening tells me so! I bet the movie is about silver. I had to do the movie this year. It goes along with the theme of the last couple of years of watching Ray Walston movies that I didn't realize had Ray Walston in them. It definitely feels like a big musical of the time, with the opening having paintings of scenes from the movie, though I may run into some problems. Oh no, did I get a dubbed version from another country? I don't know if this movie will have the grittiness of other Eastwood westerns.
Where am I going? I don't know. Where am I headed? I ain't certain. All I know is
I kind of feel like John Wayne should be in this, though it does start out very scary. Thankfully, there's a hero nearby.
Here comes Lee Marvin. Thank God. He's always drunk and violent.
Farmers.
Right, always crashing things and adding to the movie's budget. Clint Eastwood plays Pardner. See, if John Wayne was in this, I imagine he'd be named Pilgrim. Pardner survives the crash with a broken arm and leg. Don't worry, we got a house we can send you to fix you right up. Pardner's brother is dead, but they respect his final wishes, burying him right by some water next to the wagon that we crashed. One thing is for sure, Lee Marvin will still be great in this film.
Oh God, we pass on to you, the body and soul.
Lee is going the full Cat Ballou. God is blessing this burial site by crapping gold among the dirt. That calls for a song.
got a dream, boy, got a song.
Why aren't they killing each other? And isn't this movie supposed to literally be about painting a wagon? The cinematography is gorgeous. It's like I'm watching Heaven's Gate with musical numbers. That should have been the case. I mean, Chris Christopherson was right there. There were many changes from stage to screen, one being that instead of being called Rumson City, it's now No Name City. Must be where the man with no name is from, which means it could also be called Joe City or Blondie City. It's not gonna take long for Eastwood to paint this town red like in High Plains Drifter.
Her heart was made of holiday, her smile was made of dawn.
That's another change too. On stage, Elisa is Lee Marvin's character Ben Rumson's wife, and here she's Pardner's fantasy. Ben and Pardner are now partners in this mining town operation. Makes sense. Pardner is his name. Lee was made up to look a bit older than Eastwood, as he was only 6 years older than Clint at the time, though did naturally look a lot older than him anyway. Pardner wants to know what his job in this partnership is.
Well, when I get dead drunk, fall on the money street, I expect you to come get me.
Seems like an alright job, and it's starting right away.
I hear shopkeepers pulling a town with a wagon full of whiskey.
Lee's gonna go the method acting route in this. I realize I'm watching this movie early in the morning, but...
My name's Ben Rumson, this here's my partner. And I'm buying whiskey for any man that can stand up.
I really want to drink! And I think others might be drunk too.
All I know is you look around at the human race, you gotta wonder what the hell God was thinking about.
Makes sense to me, I'm 30 shots in! They get drunk quick, they're already doing karaoke. Lee actually did drink real alcohol for the film, as he told producers he'd only work if he got real booze. That does give him the courage to sing. Having been in a bunch of bars in my life, I can tell you this is the most realistic musical I've ever seen. Just like in real life, stopping singing to go off dancing, and someone's gonna get a piggyback ride. There's a band playing next door. Hello, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band? This is the greatest night ever! Boo! Sing, Mr. Bojangles! This is like I'm watching both a movie and the behind-the-scenes partying on the movie. I'm surprised it took this long for a fight to break out. And just like in real life...
He, owes me $80. He said you would stand good.
Someone else always picks up the tab. Now he fell off his mule. How much of this is the movie and how much is really happening? Here, I helped Sister Sarah on 2 mules. I can do this.
I guess this is what you meant when you said you expected me to come get you muddy drunk in the street.
Yeah, partner. What else did you think I meant? He tells him a little bit more about himself. I guess he's upset about his dead brother. I don't know. Doesn't seem to affect him too much. This exposition calls for a drink. And some of the songs come in a little random.
Away out here, they got a name for rain and wind and fire.
Yeah, it's called airbending. With the film production inspired by the Sound of Music's production, the film was shot on location as they built a mining town in Oregon's Blue Mountains, which added several months to the production and blew up the budget. Actors had to be taken to and from via helicopter, they ran low on supplies, and had to sleep in on-location tents. I don't know who this guy is, but he's calling the wind Mariah, clearly symbolizing the boys need to get laid. No, seriously. Look how excited they are when 2 women show up. The hell is this, prison? Thank God we finally got a big budget musical version of 1,000 convicts and a woman. They are lining up like Messalina just got to town. I'm sure they'll make a good first impression. At least they're not making it awkward. Yeah, what's this gold gonna buy me, sweetheart? I like feet!
You can have it all if you, let me hold the baby.
What's the worst that could happen? Is the husband gonna stand for this?
No, I don't want any money for it.
You'll hurt his feelings, Sarah. Take it.
Yes, let the nice stranger hold your baby. By George, boys, we could eat this for dessert!
Would anyone else care to hold the baby?
Somehow this guy is the creepiest one here. Stop passing around your baby! This is Jacob, while Gene Seberg plays his wife Elizabeth, and he has another wife because they're Mormons from Illinois. Which leads to my favorite line in the movie.
Holy Moses, they're Mormons!
Wow, this really is turning into a Trey Parker movie a lot more than I thought it would. Ray Walston is not happy about this.
For you to be having 2 of something all of us here got none of.
I suggest 10 females for each male.
They don't take kindly to plural marriages around these parts, so they put the ladies up for an auction, 'cause that seems better. Here, take the baby, wife number 1. We got an auction block to stand on. I don't know, gentlemen. Is this legal?
She will be married according to the prevailing law of this community, which is mining law.
Excellent. The canary in the cage will chirp when they climax. All this weird drama is making Ben want to drink more. And become even more awesome in the movie. There, now he can talk about seeing Elizabeth in the saloon.
He's a woman in the saloon.
with a baby pressed against the breast.
That's right, Ben.
Maybe you should sober up before talking about babies and breasts. He's so drunk he actually wins the auction.
Whatever the bid is, I'll do it! Oh!
By being the first to pass out. Look, this may be awkward with the whole wife selling thing. But at least they're being respectful. She seems upset that Ben won, as if the odds weren't high that the winner would be a passed out old drunk man. Relax, they'll fix him up through song.
Get the soap and water, won't we? Get the soap and water.
A cleaning up a drunk Lee Marvin musical number. What's not to like about this? Who doesn't want My Fair Lady Meets Barfly? Oh yes, forget being drunk at the reception, he'll be drunk at the wedding.
We have gathered together to grant this man, Ben Rumson, exclusive title to this woman and to all her mineral resources.
True romantic words have never been spoken. Weddings these days always neglect the woman's mineral resources. I can feel the passion.
And do you take this woman to love, honor, and cherish?
The movie broke Lee. We should take a break so we can get him some coffee and a big old glass of water.
Rawhide has been brought to you by Bufferin, the modern drug for pain relief. Nabisco, bakers of quality crackers and cookies. And Drano, to keep all your drains free-running and sanitary.
Woohoo! Back to the wedding! This calls for drinking. Just kidding. Everything calls for drinking. We got torches too. Let's go hunt down that Frankenstein monster when we're done singing.
Mr. Rumson went to town riding on a pony, bought a wife and brought her home and called it matrimony.
Now they're not even getting the lyrics right. Given the movie's screenplay is by Patty Chayefsky, I wish a copy of this would be released that says, from the writer of Network, Marty, and Altered States. Here, let's get you to the marital bed. If you need a stunt penis, I'm here. I bet this'll be sensual.
I'll make you a good wife.
You sure as hell will.
Just like Gone with the Wind, only covered in dirt and cow shit.
I mean to make you a good wife, Mr. Rumson, and honor this contract to marriage. But only if you will honor it as well.
I don't know what you mean by honor it.
Probably not raping. She pulls a gun on him and wants him to treat her with respect and to build her a cabin. And not to make the wedding night a spectacle. Will you idiots please discover masturbation in dirty magazines? Alright boys, she wants us to build her a cabin. This is great news. We can definitely sing about that. Wait, ran out of budget. Cut to the cabin already being built, yet still with a song.
For cabin walls would be just right for me.
Ugh, the Evil Dead musical is too damn wholesome. While Eastwood and Lee Marvin's singing voices were their own. As if you couldn't tell. Gene Seberg, on the other hand, was dubbed by Anita Gordon. I'm still very disappointed we didn't get to hear something like, gonna build a cabin, gonna build it good.
Gonna use oil-based paint, cause the wood is pine.
But I guess we hear this.
What life is for.
I am so fucking hungover. Stop. I really feel like this marriage is off to a good start. Their moods are like day for night.
You was down to the rapids just now. Bare beam and buck naked.
Did someone say naked? I've been waiting for this to turn into tightrope. How the hell do these horn dogs ever get any work done?
6 ladies are expected to arrive by stage from San Francisco on the 15th of August.
Hooray! We could chop them up and divide them amongst the crowd, just like Jesus. Good thing Ben's not the jealous type.
What the hell are you looking at, Harshamer?
I'm looking for my stirring stick.
Why do they have these weird names for their dicks? Someone needs to be the voice of reason here.
I have been treated with nothing but kindness in this camp, and you owe every one of these men an apology.
Right? It was the nicest wife auction ever. I'm sure her speech to calm down the horny crowd worked.
You are as wise as you are fair.
He almost killed that man. This lack of more females calls for a town meeting. The gold search can wait.
Now, my proposal is that we get some more women for this town.
Get out the phone book, boys. We're calling some escorts. Or a terrible idea.
Is it your proposal, Mr. Rumson, that we knock out the stage driver and kidnap 6 women?
Sounds better every time I hear it.
You promised no raping. And they're all perfectly sober and will come to a proper decision.
All those in favor of bringing prostitution to this camp, say aye!
This really is a story of the American dream. Now we're off to find a gaggle of prostitutes that will be paid in gold to spank our asses with a boat oar. And yes, it is a kidnapping scheme.
When does the Sonora stage come through?
About 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Why?
Supplies for the troops.
I mean vaginas, I mean women, I mean supplies, yes. Anyway, Elizabeth's in good hands. Partner is Ben's friend. Hell, never mind. I gotta bang someone.
Do you think Ben will really get back in 3 days?
Why?
Because 3 days means we can have sex thousands of times. And thus begins the love triangle, an hour in, and we got 90 minutes left. But let's still sum up this romance in a montage where they say nothing and stare at each other awkwardly. I mean, I guess they're talking, but the orchestra is playing over it. Thank God we get to hear this, though.
I talk to the trees, but they don't listen to me.
They might not be a fan of your singing. Partner needs to get laid. He is really losing his spadoinkle. Okay, enough of the singing. Gotta get back to the most shenanigans-filled kidnapping scheme since Pain and Gain.
We're gonna have to take this here detour.
What detour? I can't drive these ladies through open country.
You're gonna have to, sir. The road up ahead ain't safe.
Listen to the nice drunken soldier. No need to panic, ladies. No need to panic. Why am I watching a Gold Rush musical, I Spit on Your Grave? Ah yes, good old lady kidnapping calls for some singing.
There's a coach coming in. If you listen, you can hear it. A clip rocking over the hill.
Never before have I seen so many people singing with their dicks. This is the horniest musical I've seen since High Tops. As the song says, they've got half a dozen tarts.
Thank with all of your heart. Thank with all of your heart. More than half dozen tarts. More than half dozen tarts.
Some of them are going to be disappointed when they're not being delivered Pop-Tarts. Again, you idiots should be working. Think of all the gold you're not finding while you're all busy kidnapping women and forcing them into prostitution. What the hell, 60s musical? They're just in time. They finished building the whorehouse for their musical, The Rapiest Little Whorehouse in Texas. As you can see, they're totally into this. Look, the boys even hired a band! And through this, the worst thing that's happening is he sees Partner with his darn wife!
Partner, I want to talk to you.
First my wife, you bastard, then my horse.
That was her horse.
And where was your horse?
You had my horse.
Lee is selling this stupid material. He should have gotten an Oscar nomination. He and Eastwood are good together, with Clint still doing his trademark quiet and cool persona. Even if this isn't quite the movie I'd want to see both of these giants in. Look, they've come up with a logical solution to Ben being in love with Elizabeth and Elizabeth being in love with Partner. Yes, fighting, but also letting this love triangle play out. We are only halfway into the movie. Even when Ben wants to leave, she still tells Ben she loves him too. This movie could easily be turned into an X-rated musical, and you wouldn't have to change anything about the plot.
Well, I was married to a man who had 2 wives. Why can't a woman have 2 husbands?
The Bible highly speaks out against devil's 3 ways. Everything else we're doing is legit.
And if a town needs female companionship, hijacking them seems the natural thing to do.
Right? That's what every serial killer movie taught me. Look, as long as 2/3 of us agree, maybe this whole polygamy thing can work out.
You trying to tell me, Ben, that you're willing?
I am.
Excuse me, your future husbands are talking, but thanks for agreeing. I'm not entirely sure this is a conversation you should be having while drunk.
You show me anywhere on that whole long list of 10 commandments where it says a woman can't have 2 husbands.
There ain't no commandment like that.
Yeah, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife is a bit of a gray area. If this is gonna work though, partner is going to have to hold his liquor more.
Well, looks like it's my dick on duty tonight.
Thankfully, the movie does have an intermission, and I missed that. They really need to bring back intermissions in movies.
Gonna paint our wagon, gonna paint it good.
It's several months later, and if you need to be caught up, some Mormons came to town, and the husband preferred one wife over the other, so he sold that lesser bitch.
Brigham Young has 27 wives, and he hasn't had half the trouble with them I've had with the 2 of you.
It's all in the Bible. I think my favorite joke in the movie is the town sign that says population drunk. I wonder how their prostitution business is going.
Shameless harlot! You think the Lord was just some old boy used to go around in a raggedy old sheep?
Seems to be going alright. Ugh, this parson is gonna be a real buzzkill.
Husbands? I hear husbands? You animals!
Jealous. Look, maybe we should listen to this man. We know what happens when the next preacher comes to town.
Satan! Bite the dust.
And Carmen or no Carmen, there will be singing.
You wanna see sin of the wickedest kind? Here it is. You wanna see virtue left
way ahead of you. I've already booked a one-way plane ticket to No Name City. And that was the day they all invited Charles Manson into their lives. We got us another musician. Let's introduce you to the ladies. You can really feel the love in this town.
Evening, partner.
Evening, Elizabeth.
Evening, Ben.
Ooh, hot. How come he has more mashed potatoes than me? Because he does things in bed you don't do.
Elizabeth, the only thing that's keeping you from being the most perfect woman I ever met is your stubbornness. And somebody ought to hit you with a shovel and you get over it.
Like hitting her with a shovel.
Now time for dessert. A night of drinking. By golly, this place was made for a musical number.
The boys are all having a shot and saying, hey, at least this is way better edited than Saturday the 14th Strikes Back. Even the parson is taking up the town tradition of population drunk. Thankfully, they remember that they are searching for gold, and hello, it's falling under the local businesses. Time for a brilliant drunk plan of digging tunnels under the businesses and getting that gold.
Sorry.
Ugh, shenanigans. Drunk man's got to know his limitations. Clint can help them dig. He has escaped from Alcatraz.
The earth is pure muck.
Muck's a good thing.
And oozing with mud.
Though I miss Alcatraz's strict no musical numbers policy. It is very interesting that Lee Marvin passed up doing Sam Peckinpah's The Wild Bunch to do this movie, which makes me want to see a weird hybrid of the two.
The best things in life are dirty.
Just saying, The Wild Bunch could have sang amongst the bloodshed. By the way, winter's coming. Great, who's drunk now? They bring in a family of settlers who were stranded in the snow. The rest of the party, they were eaten. Elizabeth feels it best to say that she's married to partner and not two men. She doesn't want to freeze their brains even more, even if it upsets Ben.
You listen to me. She's picked up a bad case of the respectabilities.
Ooh, that's an even worse disease than the hysterics. She kindly asks Ben to leave. She wants the family to think he's the gold digger, not her. While he may be sad, he does pave the way for the biggest musical hit in the movie.
I was born under a wandering star.
He's at that point in being drunk where he's not sure if he wants to sing or not. But the song Wanderin' Star was successful. It became a #1 hit in the UK, despite critics saying things like, it's the first 33.5 recorded at 45. Though given the character's personality and drunken nature, I think the way he sings it is kind of the point. Luckily, they got a room available at the cat house since one of the hoes is gone.
Some bummer says if she don't marry me, he's gonna kill her. So she took off for a while to give him a chance to simmer down.
He'll kill her once he gets back. They've even got some help from the new settlers, like young Horton. By God, Alan Tudyk is ageless. While it all seems jolly here, I've seen a lot of slasher movies, and I'm terrified my bloody Valentine is about to happen. Ben teaches the boy everything about mining. There's very little mining and a whole lot of drinking.
That's good. My first drink.
It's Sprite, you jackass. He ain't never even touched a woman, neither.
Now, you ain't gonna tell me that you ain't never had a woman, neither.
Oh, no, sir, I haven't.
Right? That's because he's been locked up in Oz all this time.
By golly, this means we gotta buy you a girl.
Shave and a haircut will cost you extra. And whatever else you want.
I give you the boy. Give me back the man.
Please be more specific, and it's not gonna show the love-making, is it?
That was the best, Mr. Rumson.
You think so, huh?
Without any doubt.
Good news is, he got laid. Bad news, he's Jack the Ripper. At least they're being very subtle about this around the family.
Yes, I brought him up not to be afraid to try anything.
Well, that boy tries everything.
She did everything with a bowling pin and a roll of duct tape. While there is certainly a lot to joke about with the movie.
You should read the Bible, Mr. Rumson. Didn't that discourage you about drinking?
No, but it sure killed my appetite for reading.
It does have a lot of really good lines in it. Since they're being honest, the family does find out about their little arrangement, and Clint has some amazing reactions.
How long have you been drinking hard liquor?
Well, since this afternoon. I know you don't approve, Pa, but believe me.
That needs to be a meme right along with this. Unfortunately, Elizabeth kicks the boys out, but Ben leaves her with two other lovers, Admiral Nelson and Captain Morgan. Triple Splitsville may be bad, but ain't nothing gonna ruin this 4th of July, not even this guy.
Allow this butchery to take place on Sunday, the Lord's Sabbath, and God will wash his hands of you for good.
Look, we closed the Chick-fil-A on Sundays. What more do you want? Poor partner is taking this hard. He's back to gambling while still not giving up singing.
I would give the world to see how I used to be.
He's bluffing. A lot was written about the miscasting of the movie, and I don't know, I don't entirely agree. Lee Marvin is perfectly cast as the drunken Ben and could play this in his sleep. And his drunk, gravelly singing makes sense to the movie. Clint isn't quite as good in his singing scenes, since Ben is more comedic, while partners are more serious, and while Clint's singing isn't terrible, it's not great, and you can tell he's not a musical actor.
Then I got gold fever.
But in the non-musical scenes, Clint does a lot of great work, especially the part where he's drunk, and he makes for an excellent straight man opposite the drunken Ben. When we come back though, get ready for one hell of a spectacular climax!
Badminton. Play golf. Fish. Yes, whatever it is, it's always aluminum.
Alright, let's get back to celebrating the addition of $10 million more to the budget. The hell is going on here? They may have to add even more to the budget by replacing the dead extras. I think I know who they're gonna sacrifice.
Out, out, out! You are not going to fight that bear on the Sabbath.
Just like Daniel in the lion's den. Though the Lord didn't protect him from a bunch of drunks building a mine. But going back to the casting, sure, this isn't exactly the kind of movie you'd expect Lee Marvin to be in. However...
Hello, Parson. Welcome to hell.
He has a ton of great Lee Marvin one-liners. I love that this quickly turns into a disaster movie, with their mines sinking the town. It was worth every penny of the budget. The town falling apart while Lee Marvin is chased through a mine by a bull. Now this is a climax. I was expecting the characters to pass out drunk, not the buildings themselves. This is about to turn into population sober real fast, and I think the town itself is singing.
No Name City is what he's gonna do.
Bravo to the cinematography on this movie. Every frame of it is stunning to look at. The movie was shot by William A. Fraker, who was also DP on Bullet and Rosemary's Baby, and has shot 4 movies featured on the Cinema Snob: 1941, Exorcist II, The Hollywood Knights, and he shot the title sequence for Inchon. He directed a movie featured on here too, the 1981 Legend of the Lone Ranger. Whoa, careful there, movie. You're getting awfully slapsticky. No. Lee knows just how to react to all of this.
What the hell are you doing there?
No other reaction to this situation could ever do. Time to get the hell out of here. It's a sign of good luck. The buildings collapsing took care of his gambling debts.
Hop on in. We're heading to Lynchburg, Tennessee. That's where the Jack Daniels is.
Partner decides to stay with Elizabeth, though. Guess it's gotta have some kind of happy ending. Though through all of this, I do still like seeing these two guys' bizarre friendship.
Say, what the hell is your name anyway?
Sylvester Newell?
That's not his name. His name was Julio in the play. Partner and Elizabeth may be together, but they already miss Ben's whiskey breath.
Where's he going?
When will I be there? I don't know. When will I get there? I am certain.
They're going to Broadway! The movie ends just as it began. A shot of wagons and paintings of scenes from the movie.
Where am I going? I don't know.
Oh, Homer, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, I can see why this wasn't a highly regarded film. It's big, it's dumb, it's loud. The morals are rather questionable, but it is a farce. There's a lot of songs that go in one ear and out the other, but a few do stand out. I've had I'm on My Way, They Call the Wind Mariah, and Wandering Star stuck in my head for days. It is a movie where I like the second half better than the first half, especially that batshit climax. When you read about the hectic production of the movie, it almost reads like it was the Heaven's Gate of its day. But it made a lot more money than Heaven's Gate. The movie came out in '69, and did technically make a lot more money at the box office than Clint's 1998 movies Coogan's Bluff, Hang 'em High, and Where Eagles Dare, and was the 7th highest grossing movie of '69. But while these had much smaller budgets than this, those other movies easily made a hell of a profit, while this film was considered a disappointment because while bringing in money, it could never quite match the production and marketing costs. It's worth watching out of curiosity, certainly, and because it owns its bombastic spectacle, and the leads act their asses off in this, and more often than not come out selling it. Though sadly, I am disappointed it was not a story of the man with no name and Colonel Mortimer, from For a Few Dollars More, simply painting a wagon. And don't worry, next week's movie will have all the cannibalism in it that this film sadly lacked.
Who knew that Lee Marvin could do such marvelous splits?